Summer vacation is supposed to be the best time of year, but for Neva Beane, it couldn't be worse. Wearing a bra makes Neva feel beautiful, but she's not sure everyone else feels the same. Her supposed-to-be best friend, Jamila, has her head in the clouds. Mom and Dad are gone all summer, working again, leaving Neva and her brother Clay in the care of their old-fashioned grandparents. Everything in and around Neva is changing, including her West Philly neighborhood, where activism is a way of life. The only thing that gives Neva any comfort these days is her makeshift dictionary. There she chronicles the world through the many meanings of words. While the pages of her beloved dictionary reveal truths about what's happening around her, Neva must discover the best way to define herself. Here is a look at the true definition of Neva Beane by Kendall. Nana hates show your secret. You know the store I'm talking about, the one that sells underwear. Oh, excuse me, lingerie. I feel diminished every time I walk past their window. That's Nana. It's like she just has to make that point whenever she can. All I can say, it's a good thing we don't live in Center City, so she doesn't have to pass by their store very often. She gets mad enough as it is when we're waiting for the bus on Spruce Street, and here comes one with underwear ads splashed all over the sides. See, this is why I prefer the trolley. She says it in a low, frosty voice, just loud enough so all the people standing close to us can hear. That is not the way I want to represent. My Nana's right about a lot of things, but I guess she hasn't noticed the trolley has ads too. They're usually about healthcare or some other boring thing like that, though. I don't think there's any way of stopping her from complaining, but I wish Nana wouldn't always try to speak for me. I'm 12 years old. I just started wearing a bra. I am going to look at those ads. Why? That's what I've been trying to figure out. It's got something to do with having breasts. Michelle Overton, the new girl on our block, and being left with my grandparents while my mama and daddy traipse across Europe on their music tour. Traipse. That's a funny word. It means to walk around casually, kind of like what some older kids do on Friday nights when they're out on Baltimore Avenue looking for a party. Well, it's not really like that. My parents are working. That's why they left me at home with Grandad, Nana, my brother Clayton, and my words. I'm into words like some kids are into music or basketball. The way I see it, everybody's got something unique to them, something that makes them interesting or weird. So it's probably good to stop right here and say which one of those words describes me. Interesting, weird, interesting, weird. I'd say I'm much closer to interesting because I question things. Everything. I don't let anything slide. It's like I have a dictionary or an encyclopedia inside my head that I'm always riffling through. I look words up in a real dictionary, too. I have a big one that Mama gave me a long time ago. Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary. I use it to figure out what words really mean, but sometimes words and phrases have double meanings. A woman without a fragrance is a woman without a future. A sales clerk said that to me and Nana yesterday when we were walking through Macy's. Nana snatched me away so fast she almost tore my arm off. I knew she wasn't mad at me, though. She was, how would they say it on TV? Overcome by the circumstance. Like the time I told Kira Reynolds off for making fun of the gap between my friend Jamila's teeth. Jamila's mama's African American like me, and her papa, her word for daddy, is from Ghana. Jamila Akusa Mensa. My girl is beautiful inside and out. Me and Jamila start off every summer morning in the same way. We sit on our front porch and figure out what we feel like doing that day. Now, if my mama wasn't in Amsterdam, that's in Holland, I'd be with her, but I'm not. She's not here, that is, so I'm not with her. Isn't it time to pick the berries? Jamila asks. The raspberries in the front yard garden of our 3-story Victorian house are in bloom, and their little red heads peek out from prickly green leaves. They've been like that for a few days already. Jamila grins when she asks the question, and I see the dimple in her right cheek. That's how I know she wants to do some gardening. Get her hands in the dirt, as Nana would say. I'm thinking about how much I like wearing my new bra, so it takes me a little minute to focus on the garden, although the tomato, zucchini, and cucumber plants look peaceful in the early morning light. "Huh, Neva," Jamila says, poking me in my side. "The garden. Ask your Nana if I can help out." That's Jamila. She likes eating the stuff we grow, and she's willing to work for it, too. She doesn't try to take advantage of other people, like some folks do. I give her a playful slap on the shoulder to show my appreciation. Across the street, Michelle Overton steps out in a bikini. A sarong is knotted at her waist, so we can't see her butt, but her breasts are on full display in her demi-cup halter top. She's 2 years older than us, but even 2 years cannot account for all that. She's hot and happening, like that ad I saw on the casino bus last week. Now, I'm not trying to say I understand why anybody would waste their money gambling, but Grandad says some people are addicted to it. That means they'd go to the casino no matter what. So I don't see why the people who run the casinos have to put the ads with women with hardly any clothes on flat out on the side of their bus. I guess they want to make sure nobody slips away to put their money in the bank or do something else good with it, like donate to charity. Jamila leans over the porch railing and looks down at the beetles in our garden. Me, I can't stop looking at Michelle. How can she prance around the neighborhood like that? Whenever Jamila and I walk the 4 blocks over to the swim club, we wear shorts and t-shirts over our bathing suits. These raspberries need to be picked, says Jamila, holding her braids to one side. Her auntie runs an African braiding salon up on 52nd Street, so Jamila's hair always looks good. That's the best way to get rid of beetles. How do you know, I ask, but my eyes are still locked tight on Michelle. For real. She doesn't just walk down her front steps. Miss Thang descends like a goddess. Her light brown skin is tanned to a rich, dark sheen. That girl is spending a lot of time at the swim club. She smiles at me and Jamila, but she doesn't say anything. Jamila scoots off the porch down onto our front steps. She reaches way over into the garden and picks up one of the beetles. Cute, isn't it? Cute is totally the wrong word for this moment. We're cute. Michelle's something else. Jamila finds a twig by the side of the steps and sticks it down in the raspberry patch. She waits until a few beetles climb up on it before raising the twig to eye level. I just want a closer look, she says, cupping her free hand around the twig. I'm peeking down the front of my West Philly t-shirt. My bra doesn't have demi-cups, and Nana would rather walk 20 miles on bad back-country road, another one of her sayings, before she'd let me get one, even if I could fill it. I can see you're distracted, Jamila says without turning around. What? She's got eyes in the back of her head, like old people? My girl faces me and coaxes her dimple out again, except this time it doesn't work. Something's changed. Jamila's grin fades and she puts the twig back down in the garden. Who cares about Michelle? She says. I have other things to worry about. I care about Michelle, and my brother Clayton does too. He's 16 and he's a lifeguard at the swim club. He comes and goes as he pleases. Well, he tries to. He and Grandad have been going at it about his music, his curfew, his friends, basically everything, but especially politics, or social activism, as Clay calls it. He feels bad whenever we pass homeless people standing outside Mariposa Food Co-op. You can see it in his eyes. He can't just walk by them like they don't exist, like other so-called neighbors do. And he's worried about all the people in our neighborhood who came here from other countries. Vietnam, Liberia, Ethiopia. We have it all right here. And we have Michelle, too. Michelle. It's not that I can't, but I don't put my thoughts about Michelle and Clayton into words. Something about that scares me, like being without Mama and Daddy this summer. There's an awkward silence between me and Jamila, and she's the one to break it. Okay, Neva, she says, standing up. Talk to you later. I lower my eyes as if I'm fascinated by something in the garden. I don't say anything to stop Jamila from leaving because something's pulling me back into the house. Something having to do with Michelle Overton and my profile. I need to see it again. My profile, that is. I need to check it out. I've only done this about 8 million times this past week since I got my bra. I don't hear anybody upstairs, so the coast must be clear. The problem is the mirror in my room is too small. So is the mirror in the bathroom. I need a bigger mirror to really check everything out, so I go into my grandparents' bedroom, to the biggest mirror in the house. I stand in front of my grandparents' bureau and smile. I love the way I look, starting with my new do, my twists. So I gently pat my hair before turning to the side to admire my body. I lift my lavender t-shirt so I can see the glorious white cotton status symbol against my walnut flesh. Yeah, I'm all that. Michelle Overton might be going to high school, but she's got nothing on me. I admire myself from the front, from the back, from the left, and from the right. I do this over and over again until I am dizzy. I don't know how long I have been posing when the door to my grandparents' bathroom flies open and Clayton falls out. He screeches, screams, shrieks, hollers, and howls his way across the room. Clay is laughing so hard he can hardly walk. Do you hear what I'm saying? His eyes are sealed shut as he gasps for air, struggling to regain control of his heaving shoulders. He falls to his knees and bangs his right fist on the floor like a judge trying to keep order in his court. He staggers to his feet and roars past me without saying a word. I pull down my shirt and stare at the half-open bathroom door. I walk over to it and grab the doorknob. I pull the door open all the way, then I close it. Open, close, as if the door is a giant eraser that will remove all trace of the last 3 minutes. I don't know what happened. Why didn't I check to see if anybody was in the bathroom? Why wasn't I more careful? I wish I could jump out the window or crash through the roof. I need to do something, so I run back to my room and call Mama. I need to hear her voice. Please, please answer. No luck. My mind races as I call Jamila. Prancing. Is that what I was doing? Up until this morning, I thought only horses pranced, but then I saw Michelle, and then I wanted to prance too. But I only wanted to do it for myself. But then my newsy brother saw me, and now I'm afraid to leave my room. How did this happen? I can't reach Jamila either. Where is she? My hand goes up to play with my hair. Twisting my twists, Grandad calls it. Something I have a bad habit of doing when I'm upset. But now, I'm beyond upset. I feel ajar. I know that word from reading Nana's psychology magazines, but I've never used it before. I never had to, because I never felt exposed like this. I mean, my stomach's flipping and flopping like it did when I got sick at the carnival. My neck is stiffening up like it does before I get a headache, and I definitely don't want to go there. If Mama, the best songwriter in the world, were here, she'd say, sing a song to yourself, something sweet, something soothing. I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. Clay saw me prancing. I lie down on my bed and curl up in a tight little ball like a box turtle, retreating back into its shell. And this has been a preview of the true definition of Neva Beane.